So region is Africa, Asia, Canada, and their maximum minimum values, their standard deviation, their mean, and their count. So from this data set, I want to drop these extra variables. Let's go to this data set in work library. So these two variables are default variables created, right? So if you don't want to keep those variables, you can drop them. And you can also use where option, where region is equal to Asia. You want to keep only the sales of Asia, you can do that. Either you can do it here or you can also directly do that in proc means. I will show you that also. See here, I want only the results of Asia. How many sales in Asia? 14. Total sales, this one. So their average, their total, and standard deviation. Same thing I'm doing for now. Product and region, based on their product and region, I'm finding out their sales. I'm outputting into a new dataset called test. So based on their product and based on their region. So why is it missing here? Because first it does by product, then it does by region, then it does by product and region. So first it prints the results of Africa. Total how many observations are there with Africa? 56. Out of that, and totally how many of them are there for boots? 52. So how many of there are boots for and Africa? Only 8. So if you sum up again all these boots, if you sum up all these, it should match to this boots count. 52. So first it prints based on their region, and then it prints based on their product, the total counts, then it does by individual factors. So boots for each country and men's casual for each country, distinctive statistics. And if you see sales,
Sir, but we have given the first product and then reason. Why it's not showing first product because of alphabetical order?
yeah,
Or
most
in the
probably it should take by alphabetical order, but that doesn't matter actually because we only need the results, right?
yeah,
In
but even P comes before R, right? It's
yeah,
taking.
yeah, it should be taking by alphabetical order, and we have given format, so it's printing the format here, comma 10 dot.
No, but it's not taking because we gave the product first and it's giving the result for reason first.
No, actually it doesn't matter. You don't need to worry about that.
Okay.
All you need is results, right? So, so the variables under freq and under type are automatically added to the summary data when the output statement is used. So under freq is the count of the number of observations. What is under freq under? It is the count of number of observations. So it is similar. Most of the times it should be similar to some. If you see under freak under, until unless you have any missings, it should be similar. See here I have 56, my total count also 56. Let me column labels. Most of the time these two are default variables which are created. Why is it 0 here for under type under? Because here the first category it's counting for the total number of counts in the entire data set, 395, and in the second factor it is doing for based on region, so here it is 1. So this is the first analysis that is doing, and this one is the next analysis, and then this is the third analysis. So under type under will be keep on increasing based on their types of results produced. So either 0, 1, 2, or 3, but under freak under will be same as n, that is total number of boots sold in Central America. So that's 4, right? And it's same for n observation also. So I have given some description about that. Under freak underscore is count of the number of observations available for use, and under type under is a numeric flag which indicates the subgroup of the class variable summarized by that observation in the output dataset. When no class statement is present, the resulting dataset will have one observation, and underscore type underscore will be equal to 0. When there, if you haven't used any class statement, then it will be 0 for under freak under type under. So you can use where option here also, Asia under sales. So we got only based on their product and region. Now this is what we are expecting, right? Results, because the ultimate results we are asking is for based on their product and region. We don't want under type under 0, 1, 2. We only need under type under 3, because we don't need these results which are printed defaultly 0, 1, and 2. We only need based on their product and region. We don't want individual results for region and individual results for products. We want the results based on their product and region. So we used, what did we do for that? We selected under type under is equal to 3. Same thing, I can use no print option. I can use any data step options like keep, drop. See, why is this 0? Because it prints the total count present in the class dataset. That will be my underscore type underscore 0, and its total will be 19. But the results I'm expecting is only these ones. So if you don't want this observation, you can drop it. Same thing here. Class.
Sir, but here under type for both male and female is 1.
What?
So we cannot sort by under type. In the previous data set, like for female and male, the both type is 1.
Yeah, because both of them are belong to sex category, right?
Okay.
That's only one category, one variable, right?
Okay.
So now I'm doing based on sex and age, and I've taken variable height. So now it's printed based on their heights. So results are for heights. First it prints for total number, then it prints for age, then it prints for sex. So the results are produced for height. You see column names. This is average, standard deviation, and this is the total. So what did we use for that? We use sum. For printing total, we use sum. For other, we use standard deviation, mean, n. So we are expecting results for height and based on their age and sex categories. Previously, we did results for age based on their sex category. That's our previous data set. You can use drop option also here. Where is equal to type 3. You can use format, and you can also use pipe commands, or any, you can give any statements in the means, but we were not able to do this kind of things in proc freak, but we were able to do in proc means. Let's say I want to take this data set. Let me close the other ones. Now I want to use this data set. So in this data set, I want only under type underscore is equal to 3. That means I need only these ones. Okay. And what changes I want modify that, I want to make format as 7.2 for my average. So I want to make apply some format for both these variables, average and standard deviation, which is nothing but 7.2. That means I need only two decimals. I don't need all these decimals. I need only two decimals, uh, up to two decimals. That means I need here only result for 3.93. Here I'm expecting only 2.82. So I'm applying format for that. And you can also create new variable called n under mean under standard deviation. So here I'm concatenating my n, mean, and standard deviation. So what are the variable names for for variable n? The result is in OBS variable, right? So I'm concatenating OBS, average, and standard deviation. So I'm concatenating these three, and I'm applying format only as 7.2. So for that, here I'm applying again for individual formats for n 2 dot. Here I'm applying as 7.2. Here I'm applying as 7.2, and I'm concatenating with brackets. Here I'm concatenating with comma. See, I have concatenated 1 comma 51.30. See, I'm concatenating these three variables, 1, 51.3, and this is missing. So here it is shown as missing. I'm concatenating 2 with 52, 58.05 and 2.47. I'm taking only two values after my decimal. So that's 2.47. Here it's 58.05. For age 13, if you see for age 13, I'm taking up OBS2, concatenating with 60.9 and 6.22. 60.90 and 6.22. 14, so on. I am concatenating my n, average, and standard deviation using comma. If you want to delete these extra spaces, you can delete it. You can delete these extra spaces also. What should I do if I need to delete those extra spaces? Anyone? If I want to,
Yeah, yeah, we should have to delete the spaces.
no, I don't want. If I want to delete these spaces, what should I do? What are the different options I have?
CombBL.
No, CombBL still leaves one space, right?
D delimiter, 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 delimiter space.
So how do I do? How do I apply here? How do I apply that here? So where is that space coming from? So if you see my data set, I have space after comma. So that space should be coming from somewhere. Where is that coming from?
The pipe symbols. Pipe.
No. If there is a space before value, where is it coming from? Or what is the option that I should use?
Oh, trim right. Oh, right trim.
No, right trim aligns to right, not to left.
L trim.
So that means no one is practicing the classes, right? So if I have a space here, how do I delete that extra space before my value?
Left
Trim.
trim.
What left? So
Left trim.
everyone is trying all the options you have. First you said CompL, then you are saying trim right. So if someone is saying same answer, the others are saying same thing. So you are not thinking what did we use in our other classes. How about you, Tarak? I didn't hear your voice. What do we use to remove leading spaces? I gave you a big
Left.
hint.
So I know the others like comma or the character, but I didn't know the alphabet or the space.
Left
What do you
trim.
didn't know? So we have explained those in the classes. How to remove the leading spaces. How to remove the leading spaces. There are two options.
So we can trim, right? We can use trim.
You can just use trim.
Left trim.
Trim left.
So how do we write that?
Yeah, left trim this.
I'm not able to give control for your screens. I don't know why. If who said that is trim left, can you write that? I'm sharing. I'm giving control for you now. Is that Viba?
Yeah.
Do you have control, Viba now?
Sir, I can't even see the screen.
I don't know. I was not able to give control. Okay. So how do you use that option? Trim left?
Yeah, we can just put before that in or like in bracket, we can put trim out and then bracket.
Is there any single character function that can be used instead of using trim and left?
We can use only trim.
Underscore.
What does strip do? What does strip do? Strip. What does strip do?
So I think it leaves one space. Strip,
No.
no?
CompL leaves one space.
Okay, so strip, yeah, it will
So that means no one is practicing any functions or options. Still you had problem in
It
understanding.
removes the blanks.
So where do I use that option strip? Should I use it where my screen is blinking, or should I use it here? Should I use it before put, or should I use it after put?
Then after
Be
the before put.
before.
So what is put doing here? What is put doing here?
Converting the numeric in character.
So when it is converting numeric into character, it is trying to align my right value into left value, right? So that's why it's leaving an extra space. All the numeric variables are aligned towards right side. So whenever I'm doing put, it is trying to pull this value towards left side. So that is leaving an extra space. So for that, I need to use strip if I need to remove those extra spaces.
Yeah.
So I can use strip here. So now it should be okay. And does it remove spaces?
Yes.
What do you think?
Yes.
Let's check it. That's what we are expecting, right?
Yeah.
So guys, until unless you practice all these functions, you are not able to follow up with the other classes which we are continuing. So by this time, you should be able to say all the functions, character and numeric functions. Whatever function I ask you, you should be able to say. We are learning procedures, and it's tough for you without knowing all those functions or options. So same thing proc means. I can use missing n miss n mean and standard deviation. So do you have any missing values? No, that's why my values results will be 0. If I have any missing, that total number of missing values will be represented here. Here n count is printed, mean and standard deviation is printed. So I'm asking for any missing values and n misses, and I'm asking for n mean and standard deviation. I can also use my missing option here. Instead of using it here, I can also use it here. Like we did for proc freak, we used order, right? We used an order statement. We can also use it in proc means. It will be ordered in the based on their frequencies, decreasing order of their counts. 62, 56. Earlier it was doing by alphabetical order, right? Now it was doing based on their decreasing order of their counts. That's all with the proc means. So what did we learn in proc means? We learn how to input an data set and output into n, the results into external data set, and also how to use statistical keywords and rename their variable names. How to use max decim option. What it does, it prints the number of decimals that we need. We can order the results however we want. We can use class statement, var statement, by statement, and where, and we can also use formats. That's all with the proc means. Now we will be going for proc print or proc report. So what is proc report? Let's say I have created the data that we need. I have done all statistical procedures like proc means or proc freq. I have used different options and functions to generate my output data set. So I printed the results. Now I want to output the results into an external file, either PDF file or an RTF file, and I want to save it somewhere in my libraries, and I want to make changes in that PDF file. I want to align on the PDF file towards left side or right side. If I want to give some spaces between each line, I can do that. How do we create an PDF document? If you want to create a table in a PDF document, how do we do that? Let me show something. Let's say I want to print my results into an RTF document like this, which is nothing but my Word document. And I want to align some spaces like this, space after each category. I want to trim this to left. I want to start this one here. I want to create an indent. If I want to create some extra spaces, and if I want to create some title like this, and if I want to create some footnotes saying where this table is coming from which folder, and I want to print the date and time when the report has been created and what SAS version I have used. If you want to do such things like these for the results which you have created, you want to make some changes in the PDF or RTF file. What do we use? We use proc report. We use procedure called proc report. So we will learn proc report, which is very important, and there will be thousands of options in proc report. You can use lot of options to do various modifications in your output report. So this is the basic syntax for proc report. There will be lot other options included in proc report. It's not limited only to this what I'm showing. This is a general syntax. So what should I do? Proc report data is equal to input data set name. You can use lot of options here. I will say you some of the options today, and what variables you need to select, that will be present in the column statement. Let's say I have class data set. I want to print only age, sex and height in my output. I don't want any other variables present in my data set. So in the column statement, you will be giving only those three variable names. And what do you want to do for each variable? So that will be present in the define statement. What does break do? What does R break do? Break gives an extra space after each category, and R break prints the total count of the entire data set. What does compute do? What does line statement do? I will show you in the programming. We can also use here where and formats. We can apply any formats. So first of all, what I'm doing is I'm creating one format called $gen, and I'm converting values M as male, F as female. Now I will apply this format to one of my proc reports. So first of all, I'm saying proc report data is equal to class. So this is printed into my output in the SAS. I'm not defining any path to an external window or to an external library on my desktop. Right now, what am I doing? I'm just printing the data set I'm just printing my data set into results window. So proc report data is equal to SAS help dot class. So I'm printing the data set called SAS help dot class, and it is printing the total number of observations and variables present in my original data set. So it is just what it is doing, it is just copying my sashelp.class dataset and it is printing into an output window. Okay. If you see this report, there is no space after the variable names and variable values, right? There is no space after name and the original value of Alfred. So if I want to do something like that, what am I doing now? Headline, head skip. And here I want to print only three variable names: name, height, and weight. So what does column statement do? You need to define what variables you want to output. Basically, usage selecting the variables for the report. So it only basic usage is it selects only those variables. Now let's do it. So it is printing only these three variables. What is headline doing? It is creating a header line. It is creating an extra line below each variables. And what does head skip do? It leaves an extra space. It leaves an extra space here. See where it is blinking, their extra space is created. Previously, if seen in previous report, there is no space after variable names and variable values. But here we have an extra line. So for that, what we did, we used option called headline. So that indicates create an header line and head skip, create an extra space after the names of the variables. Same thing. I'm taking sashelp.class. I'm using headline and head skip. Here I'm selecting only three variables: age, name, and sex. Define. So I'm making some other modifications. So previously, if seen in previous report, what is happening? The variable names are printed as they are, right? So this is the name present in my class dataset. This is the name present for my variable for height, and this is the variable name in my class dataset for weight. If I want to modify these names, if I want to modify these names in my output results, so define name, display name of the student. So make the label name for name as name of the student, align it towards left side and make the width as 30. So if you see this report, keep this report in your mind and let's run the next report. Similarly for age, I want to display the label as age in years. I want to align it towards center and I want the width as 10. Similarly for sex, display as student or gender, center, align it towards center and width is 10. Format is $gen. So apply this format also. Now let's run this. Let's run one by one. So first apply only to name. Let's see what goes with name. See, name is changed to name of the student. Age and sex still remain same because we haven't given any defined statement for age or sex. We have given only defined statement for name. Why is it? What does left indicates? The values are aligned towards left side. The values are aligned towards left side and the width is 30. If seen, you have an extra space here, right? That's because we have given width is equal to 30. So it calculates into 30 spaces and prints the results. And the values are aligned towards left side and the width is 30 and the variable name is changed to name of the student. Why is it changed to name of the students? Because we have defined it here. Now if I want to do it for my age, let's do it only for one variable and we are saying it as center. Align the values to center. So age in years. Sorry, here my variable name is aligned towards left side. Here my variable name is aligned towards center, and the values are still right. There is one more option for doing values towards center. I'll be explaining that option also. Here, if you see the entire, if you consider the entire space 30, let me show you. Let's say the width of this is 30. So the variable name is aligned to left side. For that, what did I use? Left. If I say it's center, instead of here, it will be coming to the center. If I say it right, it will be coming here. So if you see the age in years, out of entire space, it is aligned towards left side. Now if I want to modify my sex variable, sex, okay, display student gender, I'm aligning this also towards center and width to 10. I'm applying format called gend. So previously you've seen M is seen as M, F is seen as, female is seen as F. But when I'm applying format, I'm asking it to change M as male, F as female. See, they are changed to M as male, F as female, and my variable name is changed towards center. If I say for the first one, if I say right, see what happened, the entire variable name is moved to right side. Obviously the values also will be moving towards right side. But in some PDF files, you need to use justification is equal to L. There are some slight changes for PDF and RTF files. I'll send you some documents for that. You can follow those. So proc report data is equal to sashelp.class, no windows, headline, head skip, column is equal to sex. I want to print counts of sex, n and percentages. Define sex as this and apply format and align towards center and width as 10. See, previously the report is printed into an output window. Now it is printed into an results window. Why is that happening? Because I used an option called no windows. Previously results were not printed here because we haven't used no windows option. So it gets directly printed into output and we need to close it every time when we run. But now it's directly printed into results window. And what am I saying? Change the label as gender of the student and apply format female and male and do n and their position like 0 and 1 percent n. This is called as percent n. Same thing. No WD and no windows is same thing. So proc report data is equal to class no windows. I'm taking 3 variables. And for sex variable, I'm changing the label as gender of the student. I'm applying format. I'm aligning towards left side and width as 10. Previously, I have aligned it towards center, right? That's why the values are in the center. Now I'm aligning towards left side. And for height, I'm doing analysis. Here for sex, we are grouping it. If seen previously also, it's group. Previously we used display. What does display do? Display prints the values as it is. But when we are doing group, it groups all the different categories into one group. Let's say male is one category, right? So male is grouped into one, female is grouped into other. So we are changing the label name height in centimeters. We are applying format 6.2. align it to center, width is 15. So on for weight, we are doing analysis. Weight in kgs, format, width 20. We are grouping it based on sex and we are doing analysis for height and weight. See, we are doing for female and male. Previously it was aligned to center, now it was aligned to left. Height in centimeters and weight in centimeters. So when you do analysis, it sums up the total of height and total of weight for that female, and similarly for male, height in centimeters for the total number of 19 students, weight of total number of students. So for that, what did we use? Analysis. Let's say we use display. Now what happens? It prints the original values for female and male, but it is grouped into female and male. When you are doing analysis, it is summing up all these values. You've seen previously, the total equals to for female 545.30, for male 639.10 for height. So what does display do? Display just copies and pastes the values in the results window. But when you are doing analysis, it sums up into total values.
What is PCTN for?
It gives the position like 0 or 1. Whatever comes in the first place, it prints 0. The second position will be 1. You don't need to worry. We won't be using this option anyways. We'll be using statistics for n, mean, medians. This will be used for normally our reference. If you want to find out how many total different categories are present, you can use this one. Here we have only two categories like 0 and 1. So if we have 3, it will be doing as 0, 1 and 2.
Okay. We might be using that in array.
No. So here I'm taking only one variable and I am saying no windows. And for that one variable, I'm applying format. What does this across to? See, instead of printing results like this, the results get printed across like male 9, female 9, male 10, total 19, and percentage 1. Previously I've seen it's 9 and 10, right? 0 and 1. It's printed like this. The results, instead of printing horizontally, they get printed vertically. Now I'm again taking class. For sex and age, I'm doing only statistics for n, mean and standard deviation, and for height, I'm doing n, mean. So I want to do only three statistics for these two variables and five statistics for height. So you need to separate by comma. You need to remember that, separate by comma for analysis variables. So the variables and their statistical functions should be separated by comma. Normally in regular column statement, we won't use any commas, right? But here we are using because we are applying the specific statistical procedures that we need here. So on define sex as, and I'm
And we
again renaming into gender of the student. I'm applying format. I'm aligning towards left side. Width is 10. And what does the center do? So I'm grouping based on the sex category. So male and female are separately printed. See, for age, I got only three statistics: n, mean, and standard deviation. For height, I got n, mean, standard deviation, min, and max. So that center is aligning these two towards my center. What is that center doing? That's aligning my headers towards center. So age and height.
Sir, but we are just doing for the sex. Why it's doing for both sex and age? It should be in the column when we do for column, then it should be, right? Here it's doing for both.
We are doing for both, right? For age and height.
No, we are just doing here, we are defining sex, right? And that's center. In that line we are doing, right? So it should just do for
No,
that.
no. It's based on it's grouping sex and it's printing for age and height. Here we have given sex that indicates we are grouping category of sex and we are printing the results for age and height. We are printing the results for only age and height. Sex is defined here.
Oh, okay.
We are doing statistics for age and height. So the first variable sex ended here. Then we are doing statistics for age separately, and then we are doing for height separately. What is sex doing? Just we are grouping based on the sex. We are not doing any statistics for sex. I
Okay.
mean, indirectly we are doing for sex, but we are not analyzing n or means for sex. We are doing for age and height. So proc splitting headers. Now how to use break and R break. So here in the sashelp class, I'm taking three variables. Define, display, width. What does display do? It prints as the label name. Same thing with 30. Let's run this. So if you see here, the header is splitted into two lines, right? Name of the student, height of the student. Name of the student ended here, and as it can't fit in one line, it was wrapped into second line as per records. What did we do for that? We included forward slash. There is other option called split. We can do that also. If you see here, normally it's not exactly aligned. If we have an extra space, let us do one thing. I'll show you. Let us include 50 and 50. Okay, and let us run it. It doesn't. Normally, we need to use split option. If you output it in your library file, you'll not be seeing like this. You'll be seeing it as a single line. But when we use split option, you have to indicate a delimiter here. It can be anything. If you say here ash, that should be fine. You can also say any other dollar symbol, that should be fine. Ampersand, it should be fine. But here I'm using star. So when you use split is equal to star, and when you give the variable names and in the define statement, you need to apply whatever delimiter you have used. So it breaks here. It breaks the result here. Let's see. See, it's break of prefix is shown as name of the student and suffix is as per records, because this will be in my first line and this will be in my second line. Let's say I want to break it till here. I want to break it till here. I need to apply that star there. See, now bracket is in the first line, right? Wherever you want to break it, you need to apply that star there. Let's say I want to do that here. I want to make it into three lines. I can also apply two stars. See, now it is changed into two stars, right? Because it was break till here as because I have used my first star here and I have used per here, so per is printed in my second line and records is printed in my third line. And this is not only limited to star, you can use any other, but that should be used in the split command.
What does no windows do?
It's not printing into an output window and it's printing into an results window. See, I already said that previously. If you don't do this, what happens? It's not, this results window is not open automatically and different window is open. See, report window is open.
Okay.
Same thing here also. If I don't use no windows, I have to close that every time if I need to rerun it. But if in results window, it's not required to close.
Okay.
Same thing. Headline, no windows. Same thing. No windows or no WD is same thing. Here I'm creating an extra header line. Previously we don't have any header line. Music column, define agent group. Break after age, over limit by under limit. Let's see what happens now. R break after, let's only run the first one for now. And let's see the results. Break after age. See, if you see after each age category, it's there is an extra line created, right? Let's go to class dataset. So how many female with age 11 are present? One. Is there any male with 11? Yes, 11. 51.3 and 57.5. You see the result window. Female with their ages, and this is the total. We have only one female, so that's printed. Let's see, we have anything with two. 16, 72, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. So actually what is happening is each age category is printed separately and their height is printed separately. See, I'm saying by age, right? Let's do it by sex. We have sex variable type. That should be easy to understand. See, now if you see based on their sex category, sex and age, what is happening? Female is printed first, okay, and their heights are printed. Here, the total height is automatically printed if you see, and it is broken into an extra line. What R break does, it prints the total count of each category. It prints the total count of each category. Here we are using sex variable, and based on their sex and age, it is printing their heights. Based on their sex and age, if you see first it takes female, okay, then it takes age 11 and its height, female 12 and their height, 13 its height, 14 height, 15 height, and total height of female. Similarly for male. What does R break do? R break prints an extra line. Let's do it for sex again, that should be easier. What, see, if you see previously, we got only count for female and male, right? We got total height of female and total height of male. But what is the sum of total height of female and male? We should sum up 545.3 plus 639.1, right? The total height is not printed, but when you do here, it is printed 1184.4. What is the total of 545 plus 639? It is 1184.4. So what option did we use for that? R break. So what does break do? Break prints based on their categories of sex and age. R break prints the total amount of height for based on their total number of students present. Here it is doing only based on their sex category.
What is this DUL and DUL option?
Double overline and double underline. You can't see it here, but let us do this. You should be able to see it. See, here you can see that. Here double overline and double underline is printed. For the regular things, it's overline and underline. When you output into an PDF or RTF file, you should be able to see it more clearly. See, here I'm saying overline and underline for break. So what are the results produced for break? 545 and 639, right?
Okay.
There only single line is produced. To differentiate, I said DOL and DUL, double overline and double underline. If I don't give these options, DOL and DUL, and let me close this. See, I don't have any double overlines right here.
Okay.
But if I use DOL, only top DOL upper line is created, overline. See, only overline is created. If I use DOL and DUL, lines are created both on the top and bottom. Top and bottom. And in DOL, DUL also there are a lot other options like you want a dotted line or if you see here we got dotted line, right? So if you don't want dotted line, if you want a straight line, if you want dark colored line, if you want bold colored line, there are lot other options that you can use here.
So R break is just for total of everything, right?
Yeah, total of the entire results.
Okay. And we have to use with break after, R break after, or we can
You can
use
try those options and let me know. And for proc report, I'm again taking SAS help.class, no windows, style header, background is equal to pink, foreground is equal to white, style column. I'm doing statistics for age based on their grouping sex. I'm doing n mean standard deviation. So I'm grouping sex and doing statistics for age variable. So I'm printing it as gender of the student, aligning it to left, width is 10, style header, background blue. Let us run it till here. See, for gender of the student, I said background as blue, right? For this sex, I'm saying background as blue. So blue color is printed. And why are the letters printed in white? Because I said for header, print foreground is equal to white. Foreground is the color of my letters. Foreground is the color of my letters. So the letters are printed in white. When it comes to column, that means these values, the values printed in the below, background is equal to yellow, foreground is equal to black, background is equal to yellow, right?
Yeah.
So what will be my headers? My names will be my headers. What will be my column values? This will be my column values. For the column values, I said background is equal to yellow, foreground is equal to black, right? So foreground is equal, front face is equal to Arial, their type. Font style is equal to italic. So you
We
can,
can use this font face and font style in the header too, right?
yeah, you can use it.
Okay.
So analysis, for analysis, I'm making it as missing, deviation in age, and I'm also trying to find mean. I'm trying to find n. I'm also applying format. Now let's see. So why is it white for average age? If I see here again, I'm changing the color. Background is equal to white, foreground is equal to blue. Background is equal to white, foreground is equal to blue. So even if you define the entire thing here for column, you can change it again here for separate, for specific variable if you want to modify, and for other variables if you want to keep it same, you can also modify for specific variable. See here, I gave background is equal to pink, foreground is equal to white. Previously here it is changing only for header. Here I haven't defined anything like header, so it is changing for entire variable. Previously I said only for header I want color blue, right? Previously I said I want only for header background blue, but here I said I want background white, but I haven't defined it as for header. So the entire variable has been changed. If you say it header, only header will be modified. Same thing, I'm using same options again. Now I want to output into somewhere the file onto my desktop. We are printing it till now in the results window, right? Now I want to output it. For that, I want to output into an PDF file. So for that, I need to use ODS PDF file is equal to the path where I want to print it on my desktop. And what is the file name? PDF. Same thing. Use no windows. No windows. These are the variables I am selecting. For the sex variable, I am giving label aligning to left, width is 20. For break and R break, I'm giving double overlines and double underlines. What does this compute do? What does compute before do? What does compute after do? Let us don't run these first and let's print the results. See, the results are printed. The results are printed in a PDF file. If you go to your desktop, see here, double line is printed and total count is printed here because of R break. Because of break, count is printed after each category. Okay. Now I want to give some more additional things like what does this compute before do? Whenever you use an compute statement, it should have an end comp always. And what does this line statement do? This line statement prints this line. This report is for ABC public school. So this will be my header. So this will be on the top because I said compute before, right? On the top of my report, print this one, compute before. Print this line at the top of my report. Now let's run this. I need to close this. Now if I open my PDF file. file in use. See, this report is for ABC Public School. This is printed on top of my results. If I open my PDF file, this report is for ABC Public School. So if I want to give some statement like that at the end of my report, I can do that. Compute after. I want to print two lines: total weight of the students, total height of the students. Let's run this. See, this report is for ABC Public School, that is compute before. For compute after, total weight of the students is 1901, total height of the students is 1184. How is that printed? Compute after. In the compute after, we have also used something else. So just weight variables, print the weight variable sum, print the height variable sum. So I'm giving my variable name and asking it to do its sum. I'm asking to print variable height and asking to print sum of the heights. So that's how PDF file is created on external desktop. Now if I want to create an RTF file, same thing. Instead of PDF, you need to use ODS RTF file, .rtf, and same thing. At the end, we need to, if it is an RTF file, we need to use ODS RTF close. If it is an PDF file, you need to use ODF PDF close. Now it is printed in an RTF file. See, here I am taking different data set. Here I am not taking, let me open this one. Asset.class, I'm taking secondary. See here I'm not using my DOL, DUL, and I'm not grouping the sex. So different results are printed for my RTF file. I'm using all those color options, all those things. If you see here, I'm using my foreground, background blue, style is equal to header. So you can either print in PDF file or RTF file. You can also apply these colors to PDF file if you want. For the next class, your assignment will be on